if I can see that on the just double check, make sure everything's is on Facebook. Make sure everything. Yeah, looks good. We are live now. Facebook.
Yeah, great. Hello, everybody.
Awesome. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. We have Volodya back again with us to share some new work he has been done, and apparently he's one advantage being an action photographer is that you you do all those awesome sports meanwhile, and you get all this. He developed this nice 8 packs, which I can't wait to share with you guys in the BTS videos. Without any further ado, I'll leave the floor to him and let him talk about his those crazy and awesome images.
Hello, Aris. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good day. So yeah, let's get started. Today we will talk about Godox flashlights, yeah, and photography with flashes. So yeah, can we put our presentation? Yeah, perfect. So yeah, let's get started. Why we use flashes in sports? I will show you here, like, today we will talk about Godox flashes, yeah, in action and extreme sports. So in nowadays, we use flashes already almost everywhere. Of course, the most often photography genre where we're using flashes are portraits and weddings. But more rare times in animal and sports photography. In extreme sports, there were times when those old school stylish photos were popular with on-camera flash was using. But now we have some serious toys, so we can create a lot more interesting light. Actually, I can say that probably exactly in action sports and animal shootings, we use full potential of flash power, because in those genres, there is an important need of light power and fast recharge time. And all these technical aspects when we use flash and its maximum power. So, for example, if we're doing portrait shootings, we don't use full flash power often, especially when it's cloudy outside. Yeah, so when there's no need to overpower the sun. But in action shootings, because in 90% times we're using high-speed sync mode that absorbs power, there's a strong need to use flashes with full power. And if we will also add some light shapers, like soft boxes, yeah, huge. So they also absorb light. And if there will also be sunny outside, there will be an urgent need to use full power of the flash. About high-speed sync mode, I already explained previously. Yeah, you can watch video on the Godox channel. And I just want to clarify that all the content that I will show in future here, I've done using high-speed sync mode. Yeah, so while we're using flashes, there are, of course, pros and cons. And the main advantage is, of course, of getting those qualitative final results. But disadvantages are about its weight and carrying all equipment. I also already told it in previous streaming, yeah. So it's not a pocket equipment. So anyway, you will need additional space to carry all the stuff. Moreover, because of power needs in sports photography, you will carry powerful light. So it's far away for pocket equipment. But for example, a D300 Pro will be good for the start, because already have enough power to shoot sports. Also, often there is a need to take more press shots than in portrait photography. So remember that you will spend some time to set up flashes and carry them. Okay. So why we use flashes in sports? I will show you here two photos. On the right side, we can see a photo where flashes are in use, and on the left side is a photo without any additional light. About the left photo, I can't say how good or bad it is. It's just normal photo for me, but it's a good example where the flash can make it a lot more interesting. Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have a flash with me, so we done it in the way you can see it now, like its final result. And probably there was also a problem because it's central London location where you can see the Tower Bridge on the background. So in spots like this, you need permission for photo shootings. When you bring your lights, tripod, and big white lenses, yeah, on the location like that, for some reason, a lot of security thinks that you're doing 600% commercial shots, and they will ask you to leave the location without permission. But often I am doing my shots just because I have an idea and want to bring it to life. Not making any money there, but it's hard to explain this to security guys. Yeah. So just keep in mind that flash photography may be banned in popular locations or in general the whole city. As for example, I am now living in Dubai, where I can't use flashes without permissions in the whole city area. Yeah, only outside the city. So yeah, you always probably need to ask official permission. Yeah, I can definitely recall now that this was the main reason why we took this left photo without additional lights. And you can see that it's the main problem as well, because background is too bright, but the athlete is in the shadow. So foreground is too dark. And this is a disadvantage of this shot, because in those conditions, we need to highlight the athlete or otherwise make it in silhouette. Yeah, but I don't want to shoot the silhouette here. So I need to highlight an athlete using just camera dynamic range. In nowadays, cameras have fantastic possibilities of dynamic range where we can work with shadows and highlights a lot. But still, it will be really far away from the results where flashes are used. So the main reason why I'm using flash is to highlight an athlete. Yeah. And when you see a photo, for example, you just open it or, scrolling it through Instagram, your eye look immediately like clings to one detail. And this detail probably will be the brightest and contrast part of the photo. There are just several microseconds when your mind will analyze the whole picture. But first, you will look on the most important part of the photo. Yeah. So here's the situation when I'm opening this photo on the left side. I'll firstly look on the Tower Bridge because it's too bright, and only secondly I will look on the athlete. And this is the issue of this photo, because my attention needs to be directed on the athlete first, not on the Tower Bridge. If I will add some light on the athlete and will darken background, that will be the solution for this photo. On the second photo, as example, the issue is compensated with flashes. So my look directed on the athlete first, but probably, here's the second point of interest, and it's the bright sun. Yeah, you can see it. But overall, the sun and the highlighted athlete are complement each other, but the background stays dark and not crushing all the light composition. And that's the key when I'm using flash in sports photography. Yeah, so we can also see beautiful clouds in the background on the right photo. So I aimed the light on the athlete in the way to highlight the sky. So that's why I'm using flashes in action photography to highlight the main point of interest, the athlete, and make darker all other things. For those who are interested, I will just quickly show now, this light scheme. There were two rim lights from each side behind the athlete. Only remember that it's a little bit more difficult to set up light in some action sports because it's harder to predict where exactly athlete will be in midair. We need to set up and aim the light not on a standing model, but on a flying athlete. Unfortunately, he don't have levitation skills and can stand there like levitating in midair and wait while you will do several pre-shots. Especially if we're using light shapers like grids, yeah, that makes like more focused. Then probably we will do more pre-shots to set up all things. Unfortunately, while we're doing this photo on the right side, security guy came and asked us to leave as well. So I didn't have enough time to make this photo perfect, but this shot was quite good. And yeah, I can show this shot right now to you guys. So next, let's look at two main shooting scenarios. It's event photography, like competitions with reportages, and stage photography, where all things are going as planned. The main difference is that in first scenario, we can predict a few things like stunts, positions, and timings. So we need to improvise and to adapt to the environment and what's happening overall. Yeah. This is more difficult because here plays a role your overall photography experience, like how fast you can set up all things, how precisely you can aim the light and predict an athlete mid-air position. In the second scenario, where all is staged, things are a lot easier, believe me, because we can do more mistakes, a lot more mistakes. We can precisely set up light, cameras and angle. We can move athlete and ask him to perform a trick that will look better. Also, we can experiment and ask athlete to perform trick over again a lot of times if you fail to capture the shot at first time. So here we can spend several hours to take only one shot. In the both scenarios, it all depends on how much time do you have. If you have a lot of time and a lot of tries, it's a lot easier mission. You will definitely take your final successful shot, but only maybe it will take more attempts. But of course, if you're shooting reportages, competitions, or events, you don't have rights to make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, there are rare exceptions when more chances are given to us. Just for example, when we're shooting runners, trail runners, cyclists, as you can see on the left picture, yeah, because often it's not only one person in these sports, it's a lot of people who are running in the same way, path and direction. So we can do pre-shot on the first guy and later take the final shot with the second or third one. Yeah, in this situation, first guy is not a winner, sorry, because a cool picture will receive, for example, a third one. But in these sports like MTB bikes, skateboarding, parkour, and other extreme stuff, as I said before, we don't have a lot of tries. The only way to predict the things, for example, before competition, you can talk with athlete and ask what he planning to perform. And that will be a little hint for you. But if you don't have time, you can shoot in TTL mode or by your experience, manually adjust all things on the camera and flashes. So basically, I can say that staged photography is about to gain experience, yeah, because you have a lot of tries and time, where the event or commercial shootings are about to put this experience into practice, where you already can set up all things fast and take a shot with less mistakes. So yeah, probably it will be the key. Yeah, here will be as an example. I will now explain. I will show you now two good examples here, where the first one is about reportage of trail running. It was a competition where I didn't have much time, so I needed to set up the light really fast and change location. As you can see on the scheme, there is only one light from the back, just to highlight the athlete and water a little bit. And athlete is highlighted because of camera's dynamic range, not because of flash. Yeah, his front, his face. I just quickly attached flash on the branch behind and took a few shots. That's all what I done here. So nothing special here, but still looks good thanks to camera's dynamic range. And now let's take a look on the second photo. And it's good example where I had enough time to set everything up. You already saw this photo on previous my streaming, yeah. Here I played with light, done a lot of pre-shots to see how water and athlete is highlighted, and now you can see on the scheme that I'm using a lot of lights. There's key light with softbox, two rim lights, one for the athlete, and the second one for to highlight the water splashes. Water is more beautiful. Athlete is well separated from background. There were done a lot of tries, so definitely this one looks better. It's a good comparison because conditions are the same, yeah, in both shots, like previous, yeah, and this one. So but first photo, the only difference is that first photo is about reportage shootings, yeah, so I just put flash and run away, took photo, take flash back and run to the another spot. But the second photo is about where all is prepared and we have a lot of time. So I have a good video footage as example how I taken pictures in reportages. There are often situations where I can take an assistant with me or ask someone who will help to hold the flash. You will see now in the video that there is not much time and all the things are done really quickly. I just gave Godox AD600 Pro monoblock to my friend and climbed on the tree there for a good view and angle. So yeah, let's just watch the video now. Ares, can you please help me to put video on? Yeah, first one.
Is this one?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So. It's trail running, yeah. There are athletes who are running through these forest trails. So yeah, just climb here on the tree.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, took several shots. My friend is holding flash on the top. And yeah, that's all. So that's how I often shoot reportages. Yeah, maybe if you don't have a friend with you, of course you can take tripods. So yeah, let's get back to presentation. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, if so yeah, if for some reason you don't have tripods or just don't have time to attach flash somewhere, assistant will be a good decision, yeah, in previous video. And now let's talk about the most important thing, preparation and setup. Many of my lovely athletes with whom I'm working knows how many times I can forget something. But thanks, it's happening not in commercial shootings, no, only when I just want to bring my own ideas to life, yeah. There's now a good meme on Instagram, Reels, you know, maybe when someone put off cap from the lens and it's disappearing with words forget. Same for me. I can strongly remember how I took battery, but when we will come to the location, it's in mystic way will lost somewhere. Batteries, memory cards, and caps can often disappear. It's like, yeah, something mystic. So need to keep that in mind and always double check all. Also, a good thing is to clean camera sensor, check batteries in transmitter, yeah, check memory cards, and take a look on the weather conditions. If there will be rain, you need to take cover for your equipment. So basic things that we always need to remember. There were often situations when a forecast was showing clean, cloudy skies. No, clean or cloudy, yeah, but without rain. But when you are coming to the location, it starts raining. So my suggestion will be download several forecast apps where rain will be precisely predicted. Also, light shapers means more qualitative result, but as well, more time spent, more weight and more power needed. Keep that in mind. And if you will not have enough time, don't take light shapers, yeah, because it's just will take you a lot of your own power. Important thing is to agree with athlete about wearing apparel, because dark colors will absorb a lot of light, especially matte black color. Yeah, even dark gray already absorbs a lot of light. So athlete will be highlighted less from the flashes. So try to ask him or her to wear bright colors. Also, you can pick a color to match the composition. For example, if an athlete will fly in the sky, don't choose blue colors. White or complementary colors will fit great. And of course, if there's any additional attributes in the shot, need to prepare them as well responsibly. Yeah. Let's just watch second video and see how this shot was done. What I'm showing you now here. Yeah. So second video is.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So I prepared this chain. Yeah, and that's how we took this photo. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to presentation. Okay, perfectly. So the most important part when you're shooting with shooting sports is about simple communications. Yeah, remember that athletes and sportsmen are professionals. In many cases, athlete will know how to shoot him because he already had a lot of photo sessions with other photographers. He knows how his trick looks and when it's better timing for top position. So if you're shooting some sports first time, don't be shy and just ask athlete what's the perfect moment of his stunt. And I am more than sure that he will be happy to tell you everything with all the details. Also, you can show your raw shot on the camera, and maybe he will try harder as well to perform his stunt more beautiful. Also, there's a little life hack. If you and athlete don't know how stunt looks like on the photo, you can film his trick on the smartphone in slow motion mode. Yeah. And later, frame by frame, watch the stunt on the video and decide from what angle you will shoot and what the top position is. Just remember that some stunts are easy to perform for an athlete and some absolutely not. For example, if free runner, yeah, and parkour athlete can do a lot of flips, that's good. Yeah, that's perfect. You can play with it. But appreciate a person and try not to abuse his abilities. Yeah. Also, there are some moments when there's not only when there's one shot opportunity. The stunt is too dangerous and athlete will not repeat it again. In these situations, better definitely communicate with an athlete and find out all the details. So, yeah, let's talk about a little bit about sports photography portraits. Yeah, for me, the most main difference between sports portraits and just portraits is that I'm always trying to add some dynamics in that. On the left photo, we can see raindrops. On the right photo, broken fragments of a mirror that shows like passive dynamics. Yeah, as well, here's another example of athletes' shootings. On the left, I added a little bit of motion blur effect by using long shutter, yeah. And on the right, we added light rays from the laser. So as you can see, when I'm shooting portraits, especially dynamic sport portraits with athletes, I am trying to highlight dynamics of the sports the athlete is involved in, yeah, or overall dynamics. Remember that there's no success without failure. Don't be afraid to experiment with light and camera setup, even if the most doubtful results can be interesting. Yeah. So I can take a shot with athlete doing trick and just rotate picture, and it will bring me to the new interesting result. As you can see on the left example, it looks like someone is falling down, but it's a free runner who performs a front flip from the huge drop. I was using rare shutter sync settings to achieve this trail effect. So if you will just change flash settings and experiment, it can bring you to some new unique ideas. So yeah, that's it. Be creative and think outside the box. That's probably my most number one advice in sports photography.
Thank you so much, Volodya. I actually have a question. If we can go all the way back
Yeah.
to the one, I think was a page. So before we, I think page 4, the 2 scenarios one, the one on the right. How did you? I'm pretty sure you phrased the action with with the flash, but what's the what's the dragging? How did you do that? Like the movement there. And
This
what sort
one,
of shutter speed did we look at? I'm sure our user will be interested how you managed to do it. The
it's
black and
this
white
one,
one.
yeah, that I showing now on the
Yeah,
PPT presentation. Yeah, yeah.
it's just
Okay.
so awesome. I was like, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my favorite style of sports photography because I can show the path of athlete. Yeah, but it's kind of sketchy. I will say you because it's firstly it's long shutter. Yeah, I was taking this shot on 1 second long shutter. So you need to open shutter when athlete is in the frame, starts his trick in the frame, yeah, and hold your trigger in the hand, and like with trigger, shoot the flashes in midair. So long shutter is for this trail effect, yeah, and the trigger from the flashes is for to freeze an athlete.
Okay.
So how I gain this trail effect? It's because I have a constant light. Yeah, every Godox flash, not only AD600 Pro, every Godox flash has modular light. You can use it for sure. Just put Godox flashes, yeah, turn on modular light, and it will be a powerful light. The only thing, ask athlete to wear bright apparel, because bright apparel will reflect light, and it's will be gain us more stronger result of this trail.
Okay. So basically, you're saying that the camera needs to be on tripod. The
Yeah,
shutter
yeah.
speed needs to be 1 second.
Oh, something like that. Yeah, 1 second
Like
or 2
1
seconds.
second also like similar somewhere. And the dragging or the motion blur is actually done by the modeling lights of AD600. That's or
AD600 and AD1200, yeah, as well.
AD600 and AD1200. You basically rather than using the camera to trigger the lights, you holding the trigger at your left hand
Yeah,
whenever.
it wasn't attached on the camera. I
Yeah,
just,
yeah, it's not
yeah,
that
hold it.
it's
Yeah.
detached from the camera when the athlete is actually in the at the right spots. You manually flash.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. I think that's
So
a great tips. That's a great tips. Oh, that's
you need
something
to use you need to think. You need to do like twice. First, start long shutter, yeah,
Yeah.
and then put trigger,
Yeah.
yeah, on.
All right, I think that's it for us. Volodya is a very active action photographer. You can follow him on his Instagram. The Instagram handle is right below him. Thank you again, Volodya, for sharing us with us this great
Thank you,
tips.
thank you.
And
It was nice
hopefully,
to meet you. Yeah,
we will get to catch up very soon in the future. Thank you again.
great.
Peace,
Have a nice
guys.
day. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.